All right, so we are on now, and just by the record, we offer a prayer and also a spiritual thought, and we are ready to go on with the discussion for tonight. Okay, share with the group what your answers were to the questions presented in the case study. There are 2 points here. If there are any discrepancies, work together to find the right answers. All got the answers, discuss the process you took to get the answers. Okay, so let me go through my answers here. Sure about the answers. I did the best that I could, but yeah, I'm not pretty sure if I correctly or not. So let's see what I got. So do you want me to share the screen?
Uh, your chair?
Do you want me to share the screen?
Yes.
Okay, okay. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Compartir pantalla. All right, so here it goes. Let me know when you can see my screen.
Okay. Yes. Right.
You can see it. Okay. All right. So here you see in this place where it says ahora. Hello, Andres. Ahora. I'm gonna paste here the link for the YouTube afterwards. Okay. You can just get it right from there because I'm gonna do that. It's from here. I mean, when you say something like enlaces or something, right here, you see there's the YouTube link that easily.
Okay.
So go to my. So let me go to my folders where they are. Hold on a second. Okay, let me go there. All right, here I have PDFs. Okay, so home plate case. This is the one. Okay, so all right. Go ahead with the summary. So yeah, you can see what I got, and after the summary, maybe you can share what do you think. So my summary is like this: like Lexi Taylor had a passion for good food and felt that she could share that passion with people who don't want to dine out and don't have time to prepare cook meals. Created a business called Home, which was focused on working couples who wanted high quality food, want to purchase large quantities of expensive ingredients, and did not have time to cook at home, who did have enough income to pay for a meal to be delivered to their homes. In order to do that, $1,000 from her own money and used to buy things that she needed to start her business. She gave herself 100,000 shares, sorry, because it seems reasonable, and she didn't need to any other help to grow her business. As the company was growing, an angel investor approached her. He wanted to invest $50,000 in shares at 50 cents per share. Lexi was not sure if 50 cents was fair per share. It seemed to her that her shares will cost $2. She wanted to know if she could accept, if if it will affect in some way her ownership. Some questions arise, like does the belief affect Lexi ownership? How is the ownership? The venture capital firm? Which option should Lexi choose for the seed round in your analysis? So that's kind of the summary that I got. What would be your summary?
Current summary, because the reading of this week was a little short, but it was a representation of the problem and the case. It's a great summary.
Okay. So what's your hypothesis?
Okay, my hypothesis is that Lexi should get into a
Yeah.
capitalization, giving the angel investor 50,000 shares at $2 per share. Owners look for the best option at a lower share cost, and it that way Lexi for the giving the angel investor 20% of ownership. In order to get this calculation, I came up with the following table, as it is a hypothesis. Of course, I can go wrong with calculation. The following supporting fact will help with the explanation of what this means.
Well, that was my hypothesis. Sorry for that. I was asking, yeah, if you had some sort of hypothesis so far. Anyway, so I got the supporting facts, which is basically some calculations that we were asked to do. First calculation, I got the shares with this price per share of 1 cent. It would be like so, because she started the business with an investment of $1,000. She gave herself 1,000 shares. So if you divide that, it would be like every share costing 1 cent or something. Yeah, this is one of the things that I'm not pretty sure about it, because it's just a calculation I made. So I don't know, what do you think about this?
Yes, is right your calculation.
Well, if I
It's
hope
like
it's right.
$1,000. No, sure. I like mathematician, but your calculation is okay.
All right, so well, that was the first step. So I wrote something like, what I just told you, that she owns right now the 100%. The first options was, the capitalization table, based on the fact that this guy, the angel investor, put $50,000. So $50,000. No, yeah, it's 50,000 shares. It's okay. Shares at 50 cents. So according with that, from the angel investor calculations, so it says like, if he buys at 50 cents, right, 50,000 shares, that he's gonna 100,000 shares at his dollars. So that the price per share is the same price, so 0 and 50 cents. And right now, a total of shares is 200,000, because 100,000 shares that Lexi originally had, plus the extra, or 100,000 that right now is done to the angel investor. So given an equity of 50-50% each, calculation.
It's okay. It's similar to the reading of Harvard University. I was watching the chart. It's okay.
Yes, have the 2,100 shares, because he keeps it, the other one has given it an equal portion of ownership of 50-50. So with this option, they both get 50% ownership, right? So the other thing is that, the angel investor, those shares at $2, because that's what she thinks. She thinks that it's more valuable now. Each share is more valuable, so came up with these numbers. Of course, the higher price, he will get less shares here. So at this price, he's gonna get not 100,000 shares, but only 25,000 shares. You know, equity for Lexi and 80%, and the angel investor ownership would be only the 20%. A little bit more attractive is for Lexi, and the ownership will get only the 20%. Agrees with that.
Okay.
What do you think?
It's great. It's a little different than the last chart, really.
Yeah, because in the last one they got 50. Now it's 80-50, 80-20. Sorry.
Okay.
And
Percent.
for the next one, it is made that she made 300,000 additional shares, total of 150,000. Because right now is the number of shares, but its price per share is going to be $1. So if you get that, in this case for Mr. he will receive 1,000 shares, which is a little bit higher than the last example, but because not only 300, the total of shares would be 350,000. Lexi will 80 ownership, and the angel investor will get 14%. And I need to highlight this. All right, good. So that's what I got for this one, which is still a very attractive thing for Lexi. But I think that the angel investor won't like it too much, because even though he's paying $1 now per share, he will get only 14% to 50,000 shares. So I don't think this is an option that angel investor would like too much, even though it's very lucrative for Lexi.
Sure. It's like more investment and less percentage in shares.
Yeah, sure. And for the last
Uh,
one,
it's the
which
same investor. Only angel investor is the only one company are investing in the business.
yeah, and for this one, this is the type of series capitalization, Series A, where she gets a little bit more money to actors to play as the angel investor all the time. So,
Yes.
for example, we have after raising Series A, we got this 400,000 shares, as you can see here, still the same, $2.50, which in this time the angel investor will get about um, where is it? Oh, right here. He will get like 112,000 shares, which still it seems a lot. And in this time, the angel investor gets 28%, the 72%, which seems like a pretty good deal. Still is for the angel investor so much better than this option at $2. He will buy a lot of shares, and he's paying $2.25 a discount rate of 10%. Getting too much. I mean, he's paying a lot. Get the 28%. And I wrote here what can be appreciated here, that shares grow, of course, to 400,000. Because of that, Lexi could have made 1 million. That was a 10% discount, meaning that angel investor could get 125 to 70 chip. No matter if the shares are higher, angel investor will get 28, which is lesser than when he was going to buy to $2. I got from the last scenario mentioned before. For me, well, he will get a little bit more ownership, but the price he's going to pay for that is a lot. So, from my point of view, maybe they won't get too much benefit. But as I mentioned before in my introduction, I'm not pretty sure about these calculations either. So
Oh, okay. I think your chart and your calculation are okay. It's the same system. It's interesting to analyze the how work the market of shares in a company. It's the first time I study how they works because always I have decent um, corporation, stockholders, and shares. But I didn't know how the market of shares works. But right now, with this assignment, I have realized the importance of having a good calculation in a business. Even as we talked before about your business and maybe my future business, uh, we will need investment capital venture that want to invest in our business to have the opportunity to increase it. So I don't know, but I prefer um, don't have investors because I would like to take my own decision with my wife. Because when you have investors, they have the power to take decision, to choose and to give a recommendation. Um, but this system, with this assignment, I understand why and how it worked for their interest, economic interest.
yeah, you're right. I totally agree with that because when I was this, I always wanted to me for my own, and as you mentioned it, to take decisions only when my wife and no interference from anybody. But there was a point this year that I really needed some put it on my business. And I have a friend who's my friend since we were kids, and since I he listened to my business plan and stuff, he really wanted to put some money there. I was reading this case. I was thinking about me. What it was said from the ratings is that for investors, if you are or if you are considering to take one, you have to be sure that ownership. And yeah, that was something I was doing. But after praying and after talking with my wife, that yeah, it was the time for having someone to put some money in the business so we can grow.
Sure,
My
sure. Because as you know, the big or the bigger corporation and business or our corporation with the stockholder and with people who are investing in shares um, is the only opportunity to increase to expand the business. I think it's a good option, and we know how it works, how share works. So
yeah,
it's important.
he had to accept his proposal as well. And yeah, he owns 9% of my business, which yeah, he put some money there. I made the calculations to see how much was worth this year, and yeah, he put some money, and it's like the 9% of it. But we made an agreement with him. He put that money, but to take any decisions. He's a passive investor, which means that at the end of the year, he's gonna get his portion. His after then he's gonna get his 9% from utilities. So yeah, I'm still taking all decisions, and everything has to be done, etc. But he's gonna get at the end of the year his portion of the money from the earnings. And yeah, it's been a little tough because I know that right now 9% belongs to him. I'm happy because it's not too much, and I'm not thinking right now on any other investors. But also we made clear that he will get that portion from everything we made in my business physically. To you before, I'm planning to open a virtual business that's it's only mine. So yeah, this as you mentioned, this to see what things are done, do etc. So we can do great in your business as well. Yep, sounds good.
Yes. Okay, I agree with your work. It really looks very well. Uh, I see no recommendation because it's no applicate in this occasion, really. Only
Yeah,
conclusion.
sure. Doesn't apply. Yeah, it doesn't apply. Yeah, but as you mentioned, yeah, you have to think twice, and to see who these people is, and if the investor is reliable or not, and yeah, and put into paper all the agreements that you guys have. There are people always want to take advantage of what you're doing and stuff. But yeah, so far we started this deal on January. We're far, and yeah, it's been okay. We're doing fine, I would say. Growing a little bit, not too much, very slow, but it's fine. We feel happy for what we have, but yeah, still we don't know what's gonna happen for. We hope we can raise enough so my friend can get his, his piece of the at the end.
Yes. Uh, Works here are very uh, difficult. So right now there are some activities in stay in my job and my family responsibilities too. Um, this semester or during this uh, education pathway, I have learning
Yeah,
choose the most important thing to do. Um, receive revelation. Receive revelation is very important. Maybe in your business decision or in your ecclesiastical calling, in your family.
yeah, you're right.
Learning is very important.
Totally right. Revelation is the key for everything we do.
Sure, I don't know because in my life or during this time, I'm learning a lot of. We lost all things during the earthquake. Uh, Almost my wife and me died.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah,
In
you were
the,
you were in that sector, right?
yes, the department. We live in a department in a building of 4 floors.
Oh
So
man.
that building was destroyed completely during the earthquake. So we lost
Oh,
all our belongings, but
okay.
we did not be right now during that moment. No estábamos allí, no? But it was a miracle. It was a miracle, as I mentioned. We need listen, and receive revelation, and listen to the wife because this is very important. I was in the apartment at 5:30 o'clock, 1 hour and some minutes before the earthquake. Uh, After this, my wife called me and tell me, okay, come into my mother house. She was in my mother-in-law house.
Okay.
So I go over there and we say, we say,
Oh wow.
yes, it was a miracle. After this, the day after the earthquake was very terrible for everybody, for everybody. For
Okay.
us, I mean, with nothing, with no clothes, with nothing. Only my computer was safe and a few clothes. We were scared. We are, I don't know, the different feelings that we trust in God. We trust in things will be better. And currently, we are better. And at least spiritual, at least economically more stable. But okay, we need to achieve other goals, and
I
in this
understand. Yeah.
we're working. Yes, but
But
okay.
one question.
Sorry.
So how is the city? How is the city right now? So everything is rebuilt or not?
Well, to correct all the building destroy and the destruction, I think it's around 10 years. It's
Oh
not
really?
easy. There are
10
hundreds of,
years.
yes, I think. Maybe not all the buildings will be repaired, will be rebuilt because there are zones where building doesn't exist or mustn't exist. A government is working with in a low rate, very low. But the city Manta at least, it looks okay. It looks very beauty. Manta is better than Puerto Viejo and other cities because the part destroyed was Turkey. Turkey was an
Okay.
older part of the city. According the mobilization or the urban logistic of Manta, you don't need to cross uh, or to pass with Turkey. You don't need to enter to Turkey zone. But Puerto Viejo, yes, it is center. Wherever you go in Puerto Viejo, you need to cross, you need to pass for the center. So you will see the destruction. You will see the zona cero in Puerto
I
Viejo. In
see.
Manta, you can maybe you will not see the zona cero. You have other option. Recently, a new center, a new shopping center was opened, Mall del Pacifico.
Okay.
It's very big, and Manta is recuperating. It's recuperating economically. There are some industries here, um, but there are other things to improve here. Uh, Hospitals, other public institutions, building. But generally, we are better. We are better.
And
Really, was a terrible. It's more terrible after earthquakes. The day after the earthquake, no light, no water, no food, no wow, it was terrible. It was like a war. All dark, all unclean, nervous, people crying, died. Um, we did know nothing about the earthquake because no television, nothing. It was terrible. It's like 1 week after the earthquake, we we don't know nothing about the world. It was very
Wow.
terrible. But okay, but go ahead, go ahead. This
And
experience,
all, yeah, go ahead.
no, sorry, you tell me.
Going to say, and for all those people who lose their houses, like the government is going to rebuild their houses or something.
Um, it's like a like a business in comparison. A government tell will help people, but a government has helped people, but generally poor people. There are a
I see.
middle class. I think the middle class was the more affected in this earthquake because
Uh,
the
yeah,
middle class because government was delivering small houses, simple houses, and there are some people has have a big house because his or her family was of 6, 7 members. So for poor people, okay, government was delivering houses and other resources, but for middle class and rich people, no, nothing.
I
At
see.
least
Yeah,
in my
yeah.
we don't receive nothing about government. We are middle class, I think. We don't receive nothing, no sense. We are affected by the earthquake with CNT. Okay,
Yeah.
affect us. And yes, we are affected. We were affected by the earthquake for public institutions too. There are some people was were affected for the same reason. But okay, church help us. Not in a vague manner, but church help us really. Um, we the membership receive many help and many support of different states around Ecuador, and it was very important to remember. But I hope so. I hope never other earthquake happen here in Ecuador and in any place of the world. But at least in Ecuador, we need to rest. With this, it's very terrible. It is very terrible.
You're so brave, man. You and your family and everyone there. Because yeah, I cannot even imagine how bad it was. I saw TV and stuff, and even some friends, from Ecuador, they called me several times to see if I was okay. I said, yeah, I was good because here what we felt was like earth was
Sure,
shaking a little bit, but nothing else. It was the first time in all my life I was scared because the walls were shaking and it never happened before. I mean, if it happened, it was like 1 2 seconds and that was all. But this time was like 10 to 15 seconds or something. Really shake the house, it moved it. And yeah, I was a little scared for that. Then went, hours later, I knew that it was an earthquake, and you see uh, houses destroyed, as you mentioned, people laugh, and I was like, man, this is real. But now this is the first time that I am talking with someone who was very close to it.
sure. Okay. Thank you for your feeling and your words. Okay, yeah. There are other things, or is this was all the assignment?
Well, I think we were supposed to read those things and compare our answers and see if they are okay or not. So I think yeah, we did it so far. It's like 50 minutes or something that we were talking. Yeah, I think we're done. We went through
I
everything.
watching I was watching other videos because there are some videos in YouTube of other classes, other former students. Generally are shorter than 45 minutes. It's like 30 minutes
Uh,
or 50
yeah,
minutes.
that's what happened all the time. That's what happened all the time.
Yes.
Yeah, we're doing fine then. We're doing so good. So yeah,
Sure.
I hope we both can get an A grade, right?
Sure.
you, I was going
Real.
to ask you a favor.
Sorry?
I was going to ask you a favor
Okay. Let me know.
because this Friday. Well, it's gonna be it's my daughter's birthday. It's gonna be her first birthday, and yeah, we're planning to do a meeting or something for her. So I think it's gonna be a little hard for me to meet on Friday. Is it possible if we meet maybe Saturday or sometime that it's gonna be good for you?
Okay, don't worry. Friday is for me very difficult because I don't have the time to read the case. Uh-huh. But Saturday, I think, will be a great day.
Okay.
A night because as I mentioned, this week I is very busy for me. I will be in Guayaquil since the Friday because we have a coordination council, Consejo de Coordinación with a 70. It's like
Okay.
every 3 months, all the state president and commission meet together with a 70, area 70, and have a Consejo de Coordinación. And as we
It's
have
from what mission? Guayaquil North mission?
Guayaquil Oeste, Guayaquil
East.
Oeste.
Okay.
This
The
is our
president
mission.
is going to Guayaquil too for a meeting. My brother is the secretary of the state, so he's gonna go too. You guys are not gonna
Oh,
go together, right? Or maybe yes.
depend, depende 70, because cada 70, cada 70 tiene un diferente enfoque, o sea, tienen un diferente plan de trabajo. A veces también invitan a ciertos empleados para que capaciten a los secretarios o algo así. Eso lo van haciendo por parte. Acá ya nos
Yeah,
tocó, nos
no.
tocó.
Yeah, last time
Pero,
it was the same.
pero por ejemplo, en ustedes son Guayaquil Sur, creo.
Yeah.
Y the 70 is Elder Omar Alvarez. He's from Venezuela. And our 70, area 70 is Elder Juan Pozo. He was just called on last April. He's from Bolivia.
Okay.
So generally when he are o when cuando ellos son recién llamados, vienen
Yeah, but
pero
they are just called.
vienen con todas las ganas de trabajar. Pues nos van a tener ahí desde la mañanita hasta la noche. Entonces, entrevista, eso pasa. Cuando hay sangre nueva, ay,
Yeah,
vienen con todo el
I
énfasis.
understand. I understand. Sounds good
Yes.
though. Yeah, it's a great
Your turn
to
will be
celebrate
soon.
celebration
How, how old are you?
Sorry,
How
sorry.
old are you?
Old.
31 years old. Okay, what is your current Cali?
Counselor of the bishop.
Okay, very Cali. And how many years have you, Bishop?
We were
In,
just called last year.
okay, it's last year. Okay, you will be like 3 years of vacation, I think, because a bishop will only have 4 to 5 years. It's not recommended if you have more time of this. Um,
Yeah, I know. I know. I
yes.
know.
Your stake president, how many time have?
Years. He was called 2 years. Well, because I was not
Okay.
living here. So in one, two,
Okay.
yeah, so it would be like 2 years ago or something. Yeah,
Okay, it's like 5 years more. The state president is like 8 years, 8 to 9 years,
yeah.
no more
But you
than
know,
this.
here in Cuenca, it's something different because with most of our bishops, they've been bishops for 7 years, 8 years. So different thing here.
Yes, but
You know,
this
the bishop.
depends in the state president because the recommendation is for all the world, but depend also in the state because
Yeah,
maybe
sure.
there are no other brothers. Siempre hay desafíos, tal vez buscando que no es tan fácil. Un obispo, los
I
requisitos
know.
son bien altos.
Yeah,
Entonces,
sure.
si no hay, okay, other year. Okay.
Yeah,
The same,
that's why I said it's not a very simple task. It's something that took a lot of time and effort, revelation.
yes, revelation, pre-ordination. Um,
Yeah,
but remember, the pre-ordination also study in BYU, Idaho. And you are studying and you will graduate from BYU, undergraduate from BYU, Idaho. This will be very useful for your future calling. A consular
yeah,
bishopric is in the same level like a bishop. But okay, the lower will have other service opportunity for you. I know, no. Okay, thank you, Andres.
you have a wonderful, well,
Okay, see you Saturday. Maybe a little late, like 10 p.m. is okay for you?
yeah, sounds good.
Yes, because I think mientras me desocupo, en 10 p.m. will be okay for me.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good.
Okay,
So I'll see you then.
take a great day, Daniel. Andres, sorry,
Yeah,
Andres.
it's all right.
Bye.
Goodbye.